A single word is being quietly swapped across diplomatic cables, academic journals, and news headlines around the world. Tibet is being replaced with Xizang, and if you think that's just a translation issue, you're about to find out why it isn't. For centuries, Tibet has meant something specific: a civilization, a people with a distinct language, a deep spiritual tradition, and a way of life shaped by high plateaus and nomadic culture. Xizang is different. It's a modern administrative term used by the People's Republic of China. It refers specifically to the Tibet Autonomous Region, a political boundary, not a people or a culture. Same place on a map, very different meaning. Here's what's happening. The PRC is systematically pushing Xizang into international spaces, and it's working. It shows up in diplomatic language, in state media picked up by global outlets, in academic papers. And increasingly, journalists and analysts are using it, not because they're taking a political position, but simply because they've heard it enough times that it feels normal. That's how this works, not through force, through repetition. And once the language shifts, the frame shifts. Tibet stops being understood as a historically distinct civilization and starts being understood as just another Chinese province with a regional name. The political claim becomes the default assumption. This isn't just about geopolitics. It affects real people. For Tibetan communities, especially those rooted in nomadic life, in landscapes that hold cultural memory, identity has never been defined by administrative lines. It lives in oral tradition, in religious practice, in the names of rivers and mountains passed down through generations. When younger Tibetans grow up encountering Xizang as the only official name for their homeland, the broader idea of Tibet as a living cultural world starts to fade. That's a loss that no political boundary can recover. So why should you care? Because language shapes perception, and perception shapes policy. When international organizations, governments, and media adopt this terminology without thinking, they're not staying neutral, they're making a choice. They're validating one version of history over another. And here's the practical part. This is easy to get right. Use Tibet when talking about the culture, the people, the history. Use Tibet Autonomous Region when you mean the administrative unit specifically. Don't default to Xizang just because it appears in official Chinese sources. Precision in language isn't pedantry, it's integrity. The shift from Tibet to Xizang is not a footnote, it's a governance strategy. Using the slow drift of language to reshape how the world sees a place and a people. Paying attention to that matters, saying the right word matters. Because some things can only be protected if they can first be named. Instead, it has a name that has remained unchanged for thousands of years: Tibet, a name that it has protected and continued. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. See you next week.